I just wanted to jump on here and tell you I absolutely love and adore you. Let's give God all glory, honor, and praise because He's God and He deserves it. I love you so much, Lord. If it wasn't because of you, Lord, I wouldn't be here. So I just wanted to shout out God the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. And so let's get into this conversation. Now, initially, when I was going to bring up this conversation, I was just going to have a one-sided conversation. But it is important to me to make this a two-sided conversation, all right, my loves? And so let's go ahead and just talk about this thing. So straight out the gate, we need to accept people for who they are, and people need to accept us for who we are. You know, we go through all of these different things with people, all these scenarios and situations with people, but you know, some people don't want to accept you for who you are, okay? And on both sides, I believe that it is important for everybody to accept everybody for who they are. You know what I'm saying? Like if you are dealing with people, for instance, that's a cheater, for instance, and I always go to this because there's so many of them out here at this point. If you're dealing with people that are cheaters, or for instance, accept that cheater for who he is. Don't stay with him. If that's what you don't want to have in your life, actually go ahead and find you somebody that don't cheat. Or if you're the type of person where you're a go-getter and people got a problem with that, they need to accept the fact that you a go-getter and they lazy. You know what I'm saying? You see where this is going, right? It's like at some point we need to stop trying to have control over people. We need to stop trying to actually try to play a role in people's lives that they're not asking for. You know, I, for instance, dealt with a whole bunch of people that like to do weird stuff in my past life. They like to do weird stuff. They like to gossip. They like to complain. They like to do all this kind of stuff. And it was never my job to say, hey, stop complaining. Hey, stop gossiping. Hey, stop doing this. Hey, stop doing that. No. I only have control over me. And so my control that I have over myself said, I don't want to be around you. I don't want to be around no gossipers. I don't want to be around no cheaters. I don't want to be around this. And I got the right to want that for myself. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, you know, people, they want you, you know, for instance, if somebody wants to try to do something behind your back, they want to, you know, talk behind your back and all that kind of stuff. They want you just to actually, yeah, like I was saying, they want to talk behind your back. They want to try to, you know, assassinate your character or whatever they want to do. They want to be sneaky. They want to just do little foul shit to you. And then they got the audacity to want you to actually want to be around them. Why? Why, bitch? It's like, I don't have to. You need to accept that. You don't control me. You know? You don't control me on no level. You really don't. And it's like people need to accept the fact that you got more self-respect for yourself. Let's start there. And you deserve to be around people that's actually fooling with you. Because my thing is, if you feel compelled to actually talk about me or make up shit about me, lie about me, whatever you're doing, at the end of the day, I got the choice to say I don't fuck with you, and I don't have to. Just like you got the choice to continue to keep on lying or making up stories that make you, that you think make you look better about me and keep my name in your mouth for the clout. It's like you got the choice to do that, and I accept that. And it's like you have to start accepting people for who they are. Either way, whatever side you're on. You know, and people just want to have so much control over people. And it's like, no, nobody controls anybody. Nobody can control somebody's mouth. You can't control what their narrative, what their life is going to look like. You can't control anything. And I think that is absolutely ridiculous when a person tries to put them in what I call the Pharaoh position, where you know how Pharaoh wanted to control the whole narrative in the Bible, and Moses said, let my people go. And he was like, no, it's the same situation. It's like nobody's running shit but God. And so people don't understand, like, you know, it doesn't matter what you do, doesn't matter what you say. You don't have no authority over nobody else, okay? And it's like, even in, you know, situations where females or dudes be trying to make you be with them or try to force you to stay in a relationship with them, you don't have to. Kings and queens, you don't have to. If you don't want to be with somebody, you don't have to. You don't have to. It's not mandatory for you to be somewhere that you don't want to be. And so that's what I need you guys to understand. I need you to understand that the only one you have control over is yourself, and that is it. And can't nobody do nothing about it. Nothing. Now, if you choose to be somewhere, that's because that was your choice. But if you choose to move around, or you choose to change your mind about friendships, or you choose to change your mind about situations, you can do that. Okay? I need this to be clear, because it's a lot of people that are trying to force. Yeah, it's a lot of people trying to force you into situations that you ain't trying to be in, just because they want to control you. And it's like, you know, I mean, they got stupid shit going on. They got witchcraft out here. They sitting up here putting their period blood up in people's stuff, and, you know, sitting up here doing all these spells on people, trying to make them be with them. And it's just like, bitch, if you can't get nobody on your own, that right there tells what type of trash you are. In addition to that, to sit up here and put something inside somebody's drink or their food is actually the most disgusting thing. Like, you're a disgusting person. There's no purpose of you being on this earth, because it's like they don't know that something is in their food. They don't know that there's something in their drink. Why would anybody want to be around you? You don't represent anything honorable. You don't have no integrity, morals, or values. So why would anybody want to be around you? And this goes for men and women, because it's men doing this dumb shit too. It's like, you're the most disgusting person in the world. Die today, bitch. Because there's no reason for you to even be here. Why would you want to force somebody to be around you and put your nasty bodily fluids in anything that they actually consume? That makes no sense to me. You know? And so it's just like, we need to be aware. You know what I'm saying? Your red flags and everything, the first indication is that somebody act like they don't want to let you go. They got codependency issues. You know what I'm saying? They trauma bonding with you. Like, let that person go. They don't want to be there. It's that simple. I don't want nobody around me that don't want to be with me. Like, it was a blessing when people walked out of my life. I was so happy and grateful, and still am today. I am so happy and grateful people walked out of my life. You know what I'm saying? Number one, they was weak. Number two, it's like the blessings start rolling back in. It's like, I'm a blessed person anyway, but damn, now that you walked out of my life, I'm double blessed, and that's a blessing. You know what I'm saying? I'm very happy and grateful about that. I don't have no remorse about none of it. Okay? And it's just like, you know, people want to control your narrative, and it's like, no, you are not controlling nobody. God allows things to happen for our personal growth. And when God actually challenges you to grow, that's a blessing right there, because it's like, God don't invest into people that ain't worth investing into. Okay? Let's start there. It's like, if he sees something in you, that is time for you to actually elevate. It's time for you to level up, you know? And so when people are trying to control people, they're literally not looking at their own personal growth. They're literally looking at trying to actually worry about somebody else's situation. And it's like, okay, at some point, it's time for you to actually start looking at self. Okay, because if you looking at self, then you're not worried about trying to control nobody, because you know that you need to work on some shit yourself. You know what I'm saying? And it be the same people that's trying to control you, that's life is falling apart. They ain't got shit going on. They just flaw as fuck. They constantly just always got their eyes on everything but the prize. And then they mad at you because you focus. And it's like, bitch, if you control your own life, you wouldn't, and stop trying to control mine, then maybe something actually will happen for you. But nah, they don't want to do that. And it's like, you don't really understand in real life why your life is falling apart. You don't understand why ain't nothing working out for you. You don't understand that. I bet you don't. Because you too busy trying to control everybody else's situations. Like, they out here just doing dumb shit. They out here trying to control people money. Don't got no control over that. Especially if you're a child of the Most High God. God is always going to make sure you got bread, and that's what's real. Especially if you work for him. Okay? Let's start there. They try to control your home. You can't control that. You don't have no control over where somebody gonna be able to stay. It's just like the only way that all of that stuff actually works is if the person that they're trying to control is low vibrational. If the person that they're trying to control don't know who they are. If the person that they're trying to control don't got no God in them. That's the only way that another person can control another person, through witchcraft or whatever the fuck they doing. But then they get puzzled when they can't control your life, because you got your shit together. You a child of God. You are actually doing what you're supposed to do. You are obedient. You are listening to the word. I mean, you are speaking the word out of your mouth. You are doing everything that you're supposed to do. And they scratching their head talking about, why can't I control that person? Bitch, because you can't control yourself. Because that person can't be controlled. They're uncontrollable in real life. So you gonna sit up here and you gonna mess around and fuck around and end up old, bitter, and looking crazy with nothing to show for it because you trying to control somebody else's situation. I don't know if you actually know this, kings and queens, but when you try to control someone or something, it automatically is going to lead to heartbreak. All right? Now, smart people know this. Mature people know this. Immature people don't know this. So, immature people, this is for you. You will be brokenhearted trying to control anything. Alright? Because things and people, places, and things that can't be controlled. The only one that has control, full control, is God. Alright? And so, unless you're trying to break your own heart, unless you don't understand that this is an inevitable thing, you're going to be devastated every single time. You're going to lose every single time. And, I stay in my winner energy. I always say this, but only losers try to control things. You're not going to win. It has to be a person, place, or thing that actually wants to be in a situation. You can't control anything. And so I want you to learn this so you don't have to deal with heartache and you don't break your own heart, because that's what you're doing. You're breaking your own heart, which is absolutely ridiculous. Why would you do that? You know what I'm saying? That makes no sense. They have to accept you for who you are, and it should be a respectful exchange, if you will. Okay? And so for all of you controllers out here, you're not running shit. Okay? God is running shit. Alright, I just want you to know that. And if you feel like you feel compelled to try to control somebody's situation, narrative, in a relationship, you're going to lose every time. Because the thing about it is, if somebody doesn't want to do something, they're going to go against it. Alright, they're going to give you resistance. And to be dealing with people that are resisting is chaos, and it's just too much drama. And unless you like drama, I suggest that you allow people to just actually do what they want to do, instead of trying to force them to do what you want them to do. All right, kings and queens, so I will talk to you soon.